your wifey's favorite league. Welcome back to another recap. Week 13 is in the books. Some crazy playoff scenarios took place. Basically every single game was down to the wire, and we have all the action that we are going to cover for you guys right here. Before we do that, though, we have 2 awards to give away. First, as always, the high score player of the week, Obeyte's Balls. Nezdoba takes home the $10 for the highest score of the week with 167.72 points on the week. Shout out to Josh Allen's receiving touchdown / passing touchdown, 2 touchdown play in the same play, because without that, your boy would have been the number 1 score on the week, which I haven't been yet. It's just $10 that I could have potentially saved myself from having to pay all you fucks out, but no, he gets an amazing fluke touchdown, and because of that, you are number 1 on the week, Taylor, and you will get $10. And secondly, we didn't have to wait till the end of the season to already know that my boy Abel at 2-11 with 9 losses is officially the last place team in the league. You will be getting the shit trophy, my boy. Hey, it's okay, because there is always hope for next year. Darrell, the football team, the number 1 team in the league, got the shit trophy last year, and he's number 1. So maybe this is just, your welcome to the league moment. You just have a shitty first year. I'll get you that trophy. I'll be back in Arizona at that point, so I can just fucking hand deliver it to you. But can't really say congratulations, but thank you for saving us all else from getting the shit trophy. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into the recaps for this week. Starting off, we had my Bow Rangers taking on Chantel's My TDs Are Real. This game was back and forth. At one point, I had like 95% chance to win. At some points, I had under 30% chance to win. Chantel, once again, like I said, her record, even though it's 6-7 and she's 5th, fighting for one of the last playoff spots, her team is solid, y'all. Bijan Robinson, 26 points. Trey McBride, 21 points. Bucky fucking Irving, 29.3 points. He went down in at halftime with a hip injury and 6 points, and I literally thought I was safe, and homeboy came back, the resurrection, and just absolutely unloaded on my ass. But thankfully, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, that stack helped out a bunch, Brock Bowers, and then of course the Monday night miracle of Will Lutz and the Denver Broncos defense, 2 pick sixes, which helped propel me to the victory, keeping my playoff hopes alive. I was done, completely done, mathematically eliminated if I would have lost. And, David told me to pray to his fictional god, Kanye, Yeezus, and you know what? Maybe he's not so fictional, because I did send up a quick prayer, and look what happened. So maybe in Jesus we trust. Maybe that's a real thing. But I was able to take the dub 163.94 to 151.15 and keep the season alive. Next, we have Rich's Spread'em Goff taking on Darrell's The Football Team. This was the number 9 team taking on the number 1 team, and like a David and Goliath moment, the underdog did it, guys. The underdog slayed the number 1 team on, now, actually, I believe it's been 2 losses in a row from Darrell. Let's check that real quick. Yeah, 2 losses in a row after starting the first 11 weeks, 10-1. Spread'em Goff came to play. Devon Achane, Jared Goff, both with 20s. Sam Laporta catching 2 touchdowns. Chase Brown, 19 points. But the biggest storyline here was negative 5.75 from the 49ers defense, but 43.5 points by Jerry Jeudy in the revenge game on his bench. And even if you're the number 1 team in the league, running away with a first-round bye, leaving 43 points on your bench is tough, and he was not able to overcome that. Rich was able to knock off the first-round team, just to create a little bit of drama, just to muddy up the playoff picture just a bit, to make it interesting on who's going to get that 1st and 2nd seed. Rich out here playing spoilers, wins it 138.64 to 131.27. Next, we have the aptly named In Yeezus We Trust taking on Curtis's West Texas All-Stars. Anybody who watched the Sunday night game, David was done. David was absolutely done. He led by 5 points going into the game because of some Lamar Jackson garbage time points right at the end of the game. And Curtis had Tyler Bass, the Bills kicker. Immediately, they score about 4 touchdowns, and I think it was 5 touchdowns. I think it was exactly what he needed to win. And David was toast. Maybe 10 minutes left in the game. They trot him out there. It was a fucking blizzard. They trot him out there, for a field goal attempt. He misses wide left, takes away a point, bringing David back to the win by about 0.5-ish points. They then score a punt return touchdown, which would have meant another PAT, and then that gets taken away due to a holding call, and then they just run out the clock, and David wins again. Another a nail biter, another extremely close game. Maybe this Yeezus shit is real, guys, because this has been like the third or fourth game where he's barely skinned by the freaking skin of his teeth, man. It's insane. This man is the luckiest motherfucker alive, but something is working for him. He's number 2 in the league, 10-3, and takes the dub 127.23 to 126.74 this week. Next, we go to Ashton's fourth down syndrome taking on Abel's Chiwiwis. Nothing super crazy in this matchup. This was 8 versus 10. Ashton absolutely needed this game to stay alive. Obviously, Abel was eliminated, but Ashton could have been eliminated had he lost this game. But Kyron Williams stepped up big for him, even though Baker Mayfield had a down game. And then Mark Andrews. There was a time where Mark Andrews looked like he was droppable, y'all. He wasn't getting any type of targets, any catches. And then Tyreek Hill as well resurged with that. With Tua being healthy again, caught a touchdown, 20 points, looking like the actual first-round pick that he was. And we were able to get... Again, more drama coming down the stretch. Ashton keeps his playoff hopes alive with a score of 122.8 to 100.08. And then the last matchup on the week was Obete's Balls, Nesdoba taking on Phil's team Plymouth. This was a humongous matchup in terms of seeding. Phil being number 3 and Nesdoba being number 4. They ended up evening their record at 9-4 because Nesdoba was able to pull this out. Phil still has the tiebreaker on points, but just, again, the Bills' offense, Josh Allen, James Cook, and then, unfortunately, Christian McCaffrey went down, probably done for the year. But Josh Allen, when you have him throwing touchdowns to himself and scoring, freaking damn near 14 points on one play, maybe you don't need CMC, Joe Burrow still had a great game, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, even old man Adam Thielen off of the waiver wire straight into Phil's flex spot wasn't enough to overcome Obete's Balls roster this week, and Nesdoba was able to take the dub 167.72 to 156.16. Now, let's go ahead and look at the standings because things are getting dicey, y'all. Things are getting a little crazy. In the first spot, we have Darrell's the football team at 10-3. Second place, we got David's in Yeezus We Trust at 10-3 as well. Third place, we've got Team Plymouth, Phil at 9-4. And then fourth, we have Nesdoba's Obete's Balls at 9-4 as well. All 4 of those teams are locked up in the playoffs. We just do not know who will be the first and second teams, and respectively who will have that first week bye for the playoffs. Very, very nice to, rest your imaginary players, get that locker room feeling good. But then after that, we've got Chantel at 6 and 7. My TDs are real in 5th. My Bow Rangers at 5 and 8 in 6th. West Texas All-Stars Curtis at 5 and 8 as well in 7th. Ashton's Fourth Down Syndrome also at 5 and 8 in 8th. And then Spread'em and Goff 9th, Rich at 4 and 9, and then Abel's Chiwiwis at 2 and 11 on a 9-game losing streak. Losing streak. That is by far the longest losing streak that has ever been recorded in our league's history. I should know. Year 1, I had, I think, a 5 or 6 game losing streak, and then Rich went ahead and doubled that up and one up to me and got like an 8-game losing streak, and now here we go. Chiwiwi's 9-game losing streak. That is tough. But going back to the teams that are still in it, 5, 6, 7, and 8, it is anybody's ball game. I will go ahead and throw the... I can just go ahead and go to it because I posted it in the chat. The playoff clinching scenarios. If Chantel wins this week, she is automatically in. She has a game on all 3 of us. If she wins, she will have a playoff spot no matter what. She can also get in with me losing or West Texas All-Stars losing. If both of us win, then it can, and she loses, then it can get a little bit dicey for her on the tiebreaker. For me, I clinch a playoff berth with a win and Chantel losing, or with a win and West Texas All-Stars losing, or with a win and West Texas All-Stars with a win in a points tiebreaker scenario. Basically, the same exact playoff scenarios for West Texas All-Stars. He clinches with a win and Chantel loss, a win and me losing, or a win and me winning with a point tiebreaker. And then Ashton, very, very simple for him. He absolutely needs to win, same as us 3, but I believe he can only get in if I lose. I think the point differential is big enough to the point where he absolutely has to win, and then I would need to lose as well for him to have a chance to get in. So those are the WFL playoff scenarios going into Week 14. And speaking of Week 14, let's see who plays each other. In the first matchup, we have Bow Rangers, me taking on the other commissioner, Spread'em and Goff, Rich. I am sure this is absolutely Rich's fucking Super Bowl. There is nothing for this man to be playing for at this point other than to ruin my season, to give himself a chance to fucking send me packing, send me home on the couch with him watching everybody else fight it out in the playoffs. This is the kind of game that you end the season on a high note and take that momentum and drive it for your locker room into next year. This is the punctuating moment on this season to turn it around and potentially take that into next season. And there is no way that I can get into the playoffs if I lose. So, Rich, I'm sorry. We're gonna go at it, bud. And I've got way more to gain than you do. So, one more time, bro. Into the fray we go. Then we have the second and third place team going up against each other. This is another huge matchup, not as consequential as who gets into the playoffs because they're both already clinched. However, currently, Phil is leading David by 9 points in the points for tiebreaker, meaning that if Phil wins, he will jump David and take that number 2 spot. David can secure himself at the very least a first round bye if he wins this game. I'm sure both teams are looking to punch their ticket to at least the semifinals this week, so that will be a great matchup to look forward to, and potentially a playoff preview as those teams seem like they're possibly fated to meet down the line again. Then we have Ashton's Fourth Down Syndrome taking on West Texas All-Stars. This is a humongous game. This is the 7 and 8 team going up against each other. They both are 5 and 8, and each one of them needs a win to get into the playoffs. Whoever loses this game, their season is done, and whoever wins this game gets to look at, what does Chantel's team do, what does my team do, and, that will determine their fate. But absolute must-win game for both of them. Honestly, for me, I am hoping that Ashton pulls this one out. Once again, West Texas All-Stars, Curtis, it is nothing. I know I rooted against you last week because I needed you to lose. There is nothing personal here. This is all business because I have scored 150 plus, 160 points more than Ashton. So if he beats you and I win, I'm definitely into the playoffs. Go Ashton. Ashton obviously needs to win to get in. Curtis needs to win to get in. So plenty of motivation here. This one will be a fun one as well. Then we have Obey Taze Balls taking on the new shit trophy winner, which will be Abel at the end of the season. Nesdoba is currently in 4th, tied in record with Phil, though. And if Phil were to lose and Nesdoba was to win, he could potentially pop over Phil and be in that number 3 spot, improving his playoff chances a little bit, and maybe facing one of us 3 who sneaks in. Abel, we're just looking for you to put up a good fight, bud. End the season on a high note, put your best foot forward, and, try and make it a game. I know you're not playing for much, but, it's okay, bud. It's okay. Like I said, welcome to the league moment. Everybody has one. My first year, I stunk it up and missed playoffs. And, literally the next year, I came back and won it all. So that could be you. Like I said, Darrell kind of had the same scenario last year. He was shit trophy. Now he's in first place. You've got a lot to build on, bud. Don't worry. And then we have My TDs Are Real taking on our number 1 team, the football team. This is a huge matchup. Chantel is currently in 5th. If she can win, she will punch herself a ticket to the playoffs. No matter what, it will also knock off the first round team or the first place team and potentially shake up the rankings going into the first week of the playoffs. If Darrell can beat Chantel, that will drop her down to 6 and 8. At that point, if I win, I have scored about 70 points or so more than Chantel, so if I win, I might even be able to jump into 5th place. And then at that point, it'll have to be between who wins in the West Texas All-Stars versus Fourth Down Syndrome matchup. So, like I said, lots of playoff scenarios here, lots of different ways that this can shake out. But regardless, however crazy the season has been, however it ends up playing out, y'all, once again, it has been a fucking fun one. Even though the luck has been crazy, even though shit has not bounced my way all season, I am damn proud to be your guys' commissioner. I truly, truly enjoy doing this every single year. You guys make it fun. This is the, other than my work league, which this is the first year doing it, and it's garbage. This is the only league that I care about. And so, yeah, this is what I look forward to every single season. Love hanging out with you guys. Love competing with you guys. So, one more time for a guaranteed game we all have that actually kind of matters. Week 14. Good luck to everybody. I will see you guys in the next one for the first week of the playoffs. Good luck, everybody, and deuces.